Hello, football enthusiasts. Welcome to Blaqsport podcast. I am your host, like always, Invincibles, and I'm still on the wheel to take you through what is happening in the streets of Mohamed Salah. It's been an interesting one, and I'm telling you, this is going to be the episode you will never forget. And just to let you know, I have someone here in the studio. This is not the first time he's in the studio. This is the second time he's in the studio. This is the third time he's in the studio. But first, has always been calling him. But this is the first time he is in Blaqsport podcast physically present. He is, let me put this word, an OG of Liverpool fans. He has been there. He has been there when the times were really tough. He has been there when they had no mouth to speak when I am talking. All right, and this is my homeboy back 25 years counting. Is no one else. Is no one else. Then Uche, that's my name, but in his own Henry. Welcome to Blaqsport.
Thank you, my man.
Yes, good to have you, bro.
25 years and counting.
I'm telling you.
We've been doing this.
Man, so let that sink in first, okay? We have Uche Henry in the studio of Blaqsport podcast.
Yeah.
This is something I've been counting for years now, and it's possible now. He's right here in the studio. Let's give one big shout for you. Welcome, bro. Welcome.
Thank you, my brother. Nice to have me here. I mean, this is nice. You're doing well here.
Okay, I see. Okay, like I said, I'll do bad for myself.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so before we dive into how you feeling about Liverpool performance so far,
bro? You know,
just keep
I have
keep it brief. I know, keep it brief.
It's been a season,
okay,
where expectations have been overmet. if I'm allowed to use that word, you know, like I said, this is a season where people we're thinking, oh, because Jurgen Klopp left us, and probably languishing somewhere in 8th position, 10th position, or maybe be in a situation where Manchester United is.
Come on,
but unfortunately, I'm sorry, the reverse is the case now. We're on top of the league. Why Manchester United is languishing in 13th position, battling relegation, you know, it's
you know what, viewers, please don't worry about the last sentence is just made. It just don't talk about Manchester United right now, because that's what we're talking about, because I'm in pains, man. I'm still in pains.
Yeah.
All right, so dive into it real quick. There's been a comparison going wrong all this while. It's been hitting the social media, and right now we're bringing it to your doorstep for you to actually join in this conversation and discussion with us. And this has to do with the comparison between Mohamed Salah, the Egyptian king, and Eden Hazard. Now, we use this word. Let me just throw this question to you. So, Uche, prime Hazard and prime Mohamed Salah, who do you prefer?
Okay. Now, the problem is, remove prime from this conversation. Salah, Hazard, who is the best?
No.
Simple.
No. What we're going to prime, we want to see where they are at their peak. Where they're giving us all the whole performance, where we have everything all in one, where we have the dribbles, we have the successions, we have the growth, we have the goals, we have the assists, we have every single thing when they're at their peak. That's what we want to compare. They want to see when they are at their best.
When you mean by when they are at their best, Salah has always been in his best. So probably maybe you're talking about Hazard, who has only 2 best seasons. So maybe because Salah has always had a very good season for almost 8 years in his Liverpool career in Premier League. Liverpool when he was his Premier League career. So he has always had a good season. Never had Salah gone a season in 20 goal shot, an assist shot. So maybe you're talking. So that's why I said when you strip prime out of the conversation, you'll be able to see the clear pictures. You know, you guys have been duped by this word prime. So when you hear the word prime, your head goes back to all the jiggling and all the rigmaroling of Eden Hazard running. Now no disrespect to Eden Hazard, he's a good footballer, decent footballer, but come on, that conversation, that argument should be dead and buried. Even himself said it with his mouth that Salah is more better than him.
So it's not obvious. What you're trying to say is not obvious that is a clear big gap between Mohamed Salah and Eden Hazard.
The facts are there. The stats are there. The game.
He has 2 Premier League.
Who has 2 Premier Leagues?
Eden Hazard.
Mo Salah has one Premier League. Doesn't matter. He also has Swiss. He also won other trophies when he was in Swiss. When he was playing for Barcelona.
He also has 2 leagues with Madrid. If you're coming at that, he has. You go to his cupboard. He have 2 from Madrid. He had 2 cups from 2 league cups from Madrid.
Maybe I forgot to add that Eden Hazard didn't win a Champions League. That he win World Club Cup and Euro Trophy with Chelsea. We're talking about Premier League. If we should, let's come back to Premier League.
We're talking about, you say we should remove the prime from me. We're talking about Eden Hazard and Mohamed Salah. So you're talking about them as an individual comparison, or is it about Premier League comparison?
We're talking about both individual. Let's even bring the individuality in there, and even if we bring the Premier League impact, if we bring it there, you could see Salah is miles ahead of Eden Hazard. I mean, the stats are there, everything. Is it because Hazard went to Real Madrid and won Champions League from the bench? Was he impactful? Did he even have does he have a Champions League goal in Real Madrid? I don't know, but I think, if I can't remember, that shows that he was just, the moment he left the Premier League, he just fizzled away. So
let me still use that prime again. Okay, I know you don't want me to use that.
No, the prime should be like, when you remove the prime from the conversation, you're able to see the clear picture. Hazard was a decent player.
Who has more impact in the team? Because we're talking about impact. Who has more impact in the team? Because Eden Hazard doing his prime. Come on,
that's the problem. The word prime. The prime thing has been the problem. Remove the prime. Salah has been impactful in Liverpool for 8 seasons.
Yes.
How many seasons was Eden Hazard impactful to Chelsea? For how many seasons?
I want to talk about 2. If you just give them 2, let's just say 3 good seasons.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to sound disrespectful, but what's the difference between Eden Hazard and Nani? There's no difference. I mean, Nani was a decent player too. He was a good dribbler. He could create something out of nothing.
Oh,
when you're talking about legendary, when you're talking about status, you can't bring Salah and Hazard in same conversation. So Eden Hazard had his moments.
Wait. I'm still in shock what you said.
Yes.
So you said the real comparison has been Eden Hazard against Nani.
Hating Ben Arfa, all those guys that were, magical, who could create something out of nothing. Those are the kind of guys you could be comparing to. Chicharito, yes. Yeah, Hazard was a good player. Yeah, he could create something out of nothing. But comparing him aside of legacy, legacy, impactfulness. I mean, Salah is miles ahead. We're comparing Salah with all-time greats. You can't bring Hazard with all-time greats like Thierry Henry and other people who had so many who impacted more in the Premier League than
So in that case, so if you're talking about now, because you made it obvious now that if you remove the prime, that Eden Hazard it doesn't even fit to less the shoes of Salah. Now let's talk about in legacy. Who has more legacy at this point? Who do you think that has more legacy impact on it? Anyway, what am I even saying? It's clear because
it's clear. If you bring the Premier League in the next, let's say in the next 10 years, I think this comparison will be dead in the next 10 years, because all you need to do is just go to the Premier League record and all these things. You see Salah popping up everywhere. I mean, yeah, I'm sure you definitely not see anything Hazard. I mean, I don't even know where this comparison is coming from. It's looking disrespectful to Hazard too, because and then to Mohamed Salah too.
How is it respectful to Salah?
Because it's like
comparing him to Ronaldo.
Comparing Salah to Messi. That's how I feel like when you bring this argument.
Okay, wait. If you put it this way, there's been a situation whereby we talking about the comparison that Salah could have actually been in the peak like Messi and Ronaldo if he didn't go to Madrid. Do you think that opinion actually could have sit very well?
That
if Hazard have not gone to Madrid, he could have actually beat the Salah's moment very, very well. The Salah wouldn't even be in the picture.
I think that's what I'm saying. That when people talk about this, I don't think it's coming from a place of nostalgia. When you've those moments. When you think about those moments and you feel like, oh, this guy was outstanding. I mean, I don't think Eden Hazard had a season where he had 30 goals and assists. I don't think that was his season. He came close to that. I don't think. if I should go.
And they're all midfielders as well.
And yeah, of course, Salah from the left, Hazard operates from the right or left too.
Yeah.
So they are almost in the same thing. So, but when you're talking about being impactful, he Hazard was good and decent and was impactful. But in terms of being great, all-time great, Premier League great, you can't compare the two of them. Salah is miles ahead of Eden Hazard. Eden Hazard was a good, decent player who played in the Premier League, but in terms of greats, you can't put the two of them in the same level. And I don't like when people put this word prime. It doesn't make sense. I mean, for me, what's the meaning of prime?
It means that they're actually gone out. You've gone down.
It
means that they have actually gone out of.
Salah has never gone down. Salah is still popping now. So when you talk about prime, even prime Salah today can't be compared with. Let's even use the word prime. Prime Salah now, currently this season, can't be compared to your prime Hazard then, because the guy is balling. He's scoring, he's assisting. So
from what you're even saying, from what I'm actually be able to depict in here, it assumed that Hazard should even be mentioned as one of the Chelsea legends. Do you think that as one of the Chelsea one of the impactful players? Do you think he should be mentioned?
No disrespect to Eden Hazard, he won the Premier League with Chelsea, right? Twice. No disrespect to him, but I would choose Malouda over Eden Hazard. No cap. I mean, that does not mean that Hazard. I don't have any special beef with him. He was a good player,
but no, Malouda was phenomenal.
Thank you.
No, apart from that, I can't remember. Anytime you see Malouda with his breeds, you know that there is problem.
Very impactful, very decent footballer.
He's one of the players I actually really scared then in Manchester, in Chelsea when they are playing together in Manchester. Malouda has been is magical. Yeah. And what happens to all these big stars when they leave Chelsea? They tend to fall off.
It's not about leaving Chelsea. I think
Malouda happens to Malouda, happens to Oscar, happens to what do you call it? Even Hazard also. Happens to Drogba. No, tell me, name me one star in Chelsea that left, that pick that was big.
The thing is that most of them, Chelsea was like a standard club then. It's a club that wins the Premier League, competes for the Champions League. So most of the players there played all through. Played their career all through. Like Florent Malouda, I think he left Chelsea when he was almost in his early 30s or something thereabout. So most of them have always run out of their career by the time they left Chelsea. So that's why maybe you probably be thinking, oh, why didn't they go on to become whatever during that time? Except the ones that, I don't know. But yeah, except Hazard, who eventually left to go win Champions League
from the bench.
from the bench.
He went to win Champions League and Chelsea won it, and he has won the league from the bench with no much impact on the team.
Yeah, exactly. So probably not him, but I think Chelsea then almost all their players were excellent and they all fulfilled.
Courtois is one person I can see that left and still standing,
and I think
went to Madrid and is still standing.
Courtois,
you can give him that, and also this guy. This is the defender.
Rudiger.
Yes, another person. But mostly at the average, most of them once they leave,
because
they fall off.
I remember talking about Chelsea of then, not now. Chelsea of then, those years. Some of their players were just so exceptional, and they lived their career through. And momentary. But coming back to the comparison game of Salah and Hazard, I think that argument should be died. Anytime someone brings that argument, just remove the prime Salah and Hazard, who is the better player. Exactly.
So he's now from Uche's point, and he has actually compelled me to actually believe in, which is crystal clear that there is no comparison. It shouldn't even be coming up between Eden Hazard and Salah, because Salah has been Mr. Consistency. If the next time I'll give it to him, he has been one of the most consistent Premier League stars we've ever seen in a very, very long time. It's been a long time we had this kind of consistent player like time of Harry Kane. That Harry Kane is always giving you those numbers, regardless of wherever their team is. Consistency, and Salah should be ranked above Eden Hazard way far, and it shouldn't even be coming to a contest at all.
Because you're trying to disrespect and discredit. When you bring that such argument, you tend to bring people who will start discrediting the achievement of Eden Hazard. To be honest, he was a decent player while he was at Chelsea, but I mean, you can't compare the legacy Salah has built in the Premier League and with Liverpool with the one Eden Hazard has built with Chelsea. Whatever Chelsea fans or anybody's having for Hazard is nostalgia, fun of seeing someone with flair doing magical things, but coming to bring it to prime, remove the prime thing from there and then put the two players, you see that Salah is miles ahead of him. I mean, it's just like bringing Hating Ben Arfa then and be like, Hating Ben Arfa, prime Hating Ben Arfa and Hazard, who is more better? I'll take Hating Ben Arfa. Do you know what Nani did? Nani was like a maestro during his days. So if you're thinking about, let's go nostalgia, we have so many players who did their magic during the Premier. Joko was magical. So I don't know why people always bring it, prime. I mean, to be honest, I was telling someone the other day that prime Ronaldo 2008 prime Ronaldo was better than prime Messi. Prime Messi was magical. Messi's first season and Ronaldo's first season of blowouts.
Come on,
Ronaldo was magical. Dude nearly killed Ashley Cole. Gave Ashley Cole waist injury. Dude was magical, was killing everybody in the Premier League. It was. So when we bring that conversation, we'll be like Messi and Ronaldo. Nobody will bring prime Messi. We should have been said, okay, prime Ronaldo and prime Messi. Okay. They will now make choices and be like, we'll see how we go with the argument. Okay. So the team prime should just be washed away. It doesn't.
Since actually, I can see he's actually heating up right now with Salah. So let's bring up to the real king, one of the king, the real Igwe. Before we have the Egyptian king, we're talking about the Igwe of Arsenal, the Mr. Invisible of Arsenal, the Thierry Henry. What would you say about Thierry Henry, who I rate as one of the best strikers to ever play the Premier League? How the comparison would you say between? Okay, let me put it this way: if Salah should win under Premier League, will you say now that Salah will be ranked above Thierry Henry?
To be honest, I know this will sound a bit very harsh to some Arsenal fans, but if we're being honest, with fact, with football abilities, with legendary status, and with what we are seeing currently, if Mohamed Salah wins the Premier League again, which is 2 Premier League, he will be miles. I didn't say he will be miles ahead of Thierry Henry. But currently, they are on the same goal. Salah is,
the same goal. That's 175.
Yeah, definitely Salah is going to outscore him this season. Has more assists. So the only way Thierry Henry still has an edge over him now is the Premier League, because Salah has won 2 Golden Boot, Playmaker of the season, same award. Salah has, the only thing I could say that is still holding the argument right now is the Premier League. And the moment Salah gets his hand on that Premier League, second Premier League, I don't think it will be a conversation again. Even him, Thierry Henry, will know. He can't even argue it again, because when we talk about being impactful, yes, Thierry Henry was impactful to Arsenal. He was a king. He demolished everything. But I don't even know why he's so legendary, because he never won the Champions League with Arsenal, right?
Yeah. Has a runner-up.
Salah has 2 run-ups, by the way, and 1 Champions League. So you see, so he has no European trophy with Arsenal. He only has 2 Premier League and some FA Cups and Community Shield and all that, which Salah has already won all those.
Yeah, and he has 2 Community Shield. Salah only have 1.
What is Community Shield, by the way? I don't even rate that as a trophy, by the way. Salah has some of that.
Tell that to Ateta.
I'm coming there. By the way, so let me say, Thierry Henry was, he was a legend of the game. But in terms of in what's coming next, if Salah wins the Premier League with having surpassed him with the most Premier League goals, the funny thing there is that Salah is not even a striker. So if Salah surpasses him with the Premier League highest Premier League goals, most assists,
he already has the most assists already.
He has most assists already. So if he wins another Premier League, I think that conversation, we should be off with that conversation.
So in terms of impact, okay, would you compare that Salah's trophies and consistency over the years against Thierry Henry's leadership, especially during the Invincible era? Because everything still boils down to his impact in the game. You've gave the Arsenal one of the pride they have to say that no one has actually broken, even in, I don't see that even coming anytime. The Invincible is a record that actually puts his name in the legendary book.
That's their Champions League now. The Invincible is Arsenal's Champions League. That's the only thing they brag about.
It's not me that said that.
Yeah, that's the only thing. The Invincible is what if you bring your Champions League, everyone will say, "Oh, we're Invincible." That's the only thing they brag about now.
So you say that? So Arsenal, that is, if you put it that way, Arsenal has one Champions League.
No, Arsenal doesn't have
They have one, which is the
Invincibles. They don't have Champions League, but that's the only bragging right they have. That's the only, and that's why they can never agree that Salah is bigger than Thierry Henry because of the Invincible. Because if you say that, the Invincible become invalid, and it will not make. So that's the only bragging right Arsenal fans have. And honestly, it's not like I'm taking a dig on Arsenal fans. It's a shame. Like, they've been here. Chelsea won the Champions League. Christ, Arsenal. Arsenal. Thinking about Arsenal, like, seriously, I don't know.
But regardless, back to Thierry Henry, because I know Arsenal is about to take a very big dig. I just saved Arsenal right now, if you know. So Thierry Henry's impact. I know we lived in an era whereby he was Igwe for a reason. He was a king of the Premier League for a reason. This guy has
in Nigeria. Igwe in Nigeria. I don't think they know him with that.
But okay, now, how many times do you see a player? I know Salah is doing that. You see a player win Premier League highest goal scorer of the year, back in, back out. This is one of the records. He has like 3 times straight up.
Who?
It's Thierry Henry.
Thierry Henry. Yeah.
He has that. He has like he won it back to back. If I can actually check that in for you, because I know Salah. What do you call it? I know Thierry Henry has a very good run on the Champions League on the goal scoring sheet. So let me just give that a very good check right now.
Well, no, I mean, nobody's disputing the.
So that was, but Salah has no how many goals?
Salah has 2 golden boots.
2 golden boots.
But the thing there is that you forget you are comparing an attacker to a striker. Salah is not a striker. It's not a number 9. It's not a front.
Yeah, it's not a number 9.
So you're comparing it to
but if you notice, he's not a number 9, but things have changed. We're in different time. We're in the modern era. You find out the wingers are the one in power. In the early days, in the last decade, we know that strikers were the one ruling the goal scoring sheets. Like I said earlier before in I made a post, I said that right now Premier League has what we call mid strikers. There is no prolific striker in Premier League at the moment. Jackson is good in dribbling, but when he gets the chance to score, over the bar. The only striker I know that we have right now is Haaland. And he's the only natural striker who doesn't play from the right or left. He's just the only striker in Premier League. All of them are all mid strikers. No, it's obvious.
Højlund too.
No, Højlund is not. Yeah, that's the only striker we have. Yeah, true. That's the only natural striker, and that's the one that we know. The issues that Man City is having right now is because Salah is not banging in the goals.
Haaland is not.
Haaland is not banging in the goals. Haaland is the guy. You understand? So, like, that's what I'm trying to say is, back those days, it was all about the strikers punching in the goals.
Did they drop?
All about them. Ooh. And Fernando people from the wing were not even doing Van much.
Persie.
Name them. Van Persie. Talk about Berbatov, top 9. Talk about Charito, top 9. Talk about Suarez, top 9. Talk about Torres, top 9. These are prolific strikers. They give you what you want. All right, but right now things are changing. It's all about the wingers right now. They're cutting, pump. See Saka, they're cutting. Pam. See Martinelli, Pam. See Havertz is not a striker, obviously, and you can agree with me that Havertz is not a striker.
Yeah, Havertz. Nah, he's not a striker. He's a midfielder, right? Convert.
Because he doesn't. No striker does that. He's trying to do all those magic. So if we look at all 3 reasons, you see that wingers are the one ruling. For Manchester United now, Ahmad has actually turned on his lights. He puts in his strikes. Garnacho, the same. That's why you see all strikers are actually begging for balls, because all the wingers are no longer giving the balls. Before in the last decade, it's all about Valencia, Emmanuel, you cross. It's not about crossing. Didaroba, you cross. What do you call it? Mikel, cross, Drogba, chest, boom, goal. But now it's no longer the case. It's all about the wingers. So you can agree that the wingers are now the modern 9.
Yeah, modern 9. Yeah, currently. Yeah.
It's like the modern 9.
As a 9, you need to even know how to play from both flanks.
For both flanks, like a sack.
Deliver very
like
well.
a sack.
Yeah.
But that is why problem with Haaland. That he's only if you're natural 9, forget it. You won't be seeing balls.
You're right.
So in that case, we can also argue that Salah is like the 9 right now, because that's their era where the wingers are in charge.
Yeah, you're convincing me to believe. It's not like he's a 9. You're just telling me.
I don't say that they have more balls.
So you can make case for Thierry Henry.
I'm making case for Thierry Henry because
I agree.
Salah has more balls touch than the striker in Liverpool right now? Who's a striker?
Oh, I know how Liverpool have been playing.
Leave Nunes. No, Nunes is.
No, the Nunes comes from the bench. I think the Nunes is sometimes even played from the flank.
Yeah,
right?
can play from the flank.
Can play from anywhere. Same way with Jota. Both of them can start in any flank now. But most times now, Liverpool has been using Cody Gakpo or probably
I love that guy.
Luis Diaz. You know, they just keep interchanging between the two of them.
Yeah.
But I don't think Liverpool has, you know. I don't think Arne Slot like the idea of having a sole striker. Striker. And it's not been a Liverpool thing right from time, except when they play Bobby Firmino. And Bobby Firmino sometimes sit deep and play from the number 10 position.
Okay.
Yeah, because sometimes Bobby Firmino comes in 10 and Salah and Mane goes front.
I think that's what the whole thing spoils, because Firmino was even. I can't even believe a striker would be leaving passes. Why would
he
you understand?
And plays the number 10. Sometimes that's how they set their play. So most times Liverpool has not been a team who are solely based on one striker since the days of Suarez and Torres at the left, and don't think we've really had this super hit number 9.
Speaking about the influence on team, Salah is obvious. The Egyptian king right now is the king of consistency.
Ballon d'Or contender.
Good. Speaking of Ballon d'Or, how many can you know that Thierry Henry in terms of making the list? Thierry Henry, you can actually argue that he's actually a better fit. He's actually come very, very close to Mohamed Salah.
I don't think so. I mean, you can come close as many times, but you think
he's third place. He has been third place for the Ballon d'Or. And then when you talk about talk about Salah closest. Let me have a look. Closest to Ballon d'Or. I don't think he actually make it to he has not made it to top 3.
It's not made. Has Hazard made top 3? By the way, it's one of the comparisons we have here. I don't think has he made top 3?
No. So speaking of Hazard, let me see if Hazard made it to top 3. Let's have a look. So Hazard, no. So Hazard also have not made it to top 3. Okay. So it's only 10 so which also brings me to the point.
No. Like I've always said this. Like Thierry Henry. I don't support Arsenal, but Thierry Henry has been one of my favorite players. Like I like Thierry Henry very well. He's a very good player. He's a man player. Like he was unplayable during his days. One of the reasons why we have so many Arsenal supporters could be attributed to Thierry Henry. By the way, he's my namesake. So, but what I'm saying, the point I'm making, it's not like I'm trying to make a point for Mo Salah, which I'm also doing. But what I'm saying is that if Mo Salah grabs the Premier League this season, I think that conversation will be the Thierry Henry's achievement with Arsenal, having not won the Champions League with them, will be questioned. That's what I'm saying. In terms of legacy, will be questioned. Because he's already surpassed your goal scoring record. He's passed your assists. Now the only thing you have
Premier League season of the year like twice.
Yeah, but who?
Thierry Henry.
That's what I'm saying. He has, but in the numbers in the Premier League history, like in records, Salah has more assists than Thierry Henry.
He has more assists.
That's what I'm saying. And his goals now. That's what so after that, if he goes on to win the Premier League, I think. I mean, the Thierry Henry's legacy with Arsenal and the achievement he has made with
the reason
Salah
I'm talking about in terms of Thierry Henry, why I myself rate Thierry Henry as the best striker of all time for Premier League, ahead of Alan Shearer, who has even more goals, was because of okay, well, because of Thierry Henry's back-to-back consistency of winning the highest goal scorer in the league. There's difference between you're topping like Harry Kane, you're topping you're giving 20 goals up every season, and you're not winning the Premier League of the season.
It's just been scoring and not.
Yes, and you're winning it. I can actually have a record here that we have a golden boot of 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2024, 2025, 2025, 2026. Who can beat that, bro?
How many golden boots did he have?
This is, you're talking about 3 in a row, if not all possible 4 in a row. So
I mean, he we're not debating that. We're not debating the fact that he's not.
This is what he's 4 in a row.
Yeah, we're not debating the fact that Thierry Henry is not a great. He's a Premier League great. No cap. Nobody is debating that. But I'm just saying, with the record he set, and Salah has smashed this record now. If by chance Salah wins the Premier League again and Thierry Henry not have won the Champions League or any European trophy with us now, I think Salah will be knocking on Thierry Henry's door and there'll be questions.
Let's talk about has Salah even won Premier League of the Premier League Golden Boot? How many has he won? Two.
Yeah, with Castro, 1. And he's not a striker, by the way.
Now, this also brings me. Yes, he might be. No. See where we draw the line. Salah, if he wins the league, will be far ahead. Not really far. Will be ahead. Let me use the word. Will be ahead of Thierry Henry in terms of legendary level in Premier League.
Facts.
But in terms of striker, no one comes close to the king that has 4 consecutive peak period of no one he was able to compete with Thierry Henry for 4 good years.
So what do you have to say about Didier Drogba?
Honestly, Didier Drogba is a king in Chelsea.
Yeah,
but when it comes to Premier League, Thierry Henry is far ahead. He's far ahead than Didier Drogba. That's a fact.
Yeah, I don't know.
Drogba has his moments. So did Thierry Henry.
But winning this Champions League, like winning all the trophies with your club, does something to your legacy.
Okay,
that's one thing Thierry Henry missed.
Yes.
And even when he went to Barcelona to win, he was not even a starter. I don't think he was. He didn't even start in the Champions League final. He was just a regular player to them. I think, I mean, he just ran there.
Wait. Yeah. So you're saying that Thierry Henry was a regular player?
Yeah, he was a regular player. Was he benching Eto'o? He wasn't getting the shirt. Yeah, he wasn't even benching. I think him and what's that guy? Alexander Helb, or what is he called? Both of them were stuck in the bench. Yes, now.
So that means you're trying to say that the only time Arsenal Thierry Henry has a pride to hold
was when
he was in Arsenal.
Yeah, like something we always say, said in the kingdom of kingdom of blind, one-eyed man is the king. So he was the only one there now. They didn't have any. So when he went there and see where they have a lot of non-blind people with
who are saying with 2 eyes,
people with 2 eyes.
He has 1 eye.
He has 1 eye. So they'll be like, oh yeah, take your 1 eye, sit down here first. Watch people with 2 eyes how we play. So that's the case.
Okay, so what we are concluding today, which is we still need you to actually put your input right now out there, is we have a comparison which is at its peak. We've never had this kind of situation before. People going head to head in this kind of situation. We have an Igwe who is the king, the number 1 striker of all time by my own standards in the Premier League, ahead of Alan Shearer, who has much goals. Just because he has an invincible, he has a 4 years consistency with no one to compete against him. He's the best striker of all time for Premier League against Mr. Consistency, that is Mohamed Salah, who is
every year,
who is yet to win 2 league titles for his club.
Definitely winning 1.
But who has only 2 golden boots, and I'm sure it is not back to back.
No, it's not back to back. And he broke his first season. He broke the Premier League highest scoring chart.
Yeah, you can have a good season. Everybody does. Can have a good season. But still, that still remains a big argument right now to say that he might be ahead in terms of legendary level. But when it comes to as a striker, no one is going to take that position from Thierry Henry.
Legendary, yeah. I mean, he's a legend. He's a legend of
as a striker.
Premier League.
But you can agree with me, he's the all-time best striker of Premier League, ahead of Alan Shearer.
What do you say about Kun Aguero?
Apart from Aguero, tell me again.
Yeah, he didn't win the Champions League.
He was. Apart from Aguero, see, the pick of Aguero is only that Aguero.
He's surely he was one of the most underrated players.
No. See, Aguero is one player that actually.
No, I'm not saying like Thierry Henry. I'm not saying that Aguero is better than Thierry Henry.
Yes,
though.
yeah.
Thierry Henry has more.
When it comes to strikers, he's one of the good strikers we ever had in the Premier League that actually came, but he doesn't have that. He can't compete there, especially when he's not always fit. What killed Aguero is injury, but why I know that Aguero has a very big potential, even in that time, small time that he has a playing time, he was able to level to compete. So imagine if he has a full season, the same way Van Persie was able to give us a full season of goals. That's to show you, Mane has that kind of season, he will do wonders. That's how I rate people. So sometimes,
and meanwhile, Thierry Henry won the World Cup anyway.
we are going somewhere.
Yeah, he won everything.
Thierry Henry won everything generally.
He was a legend.
Yeah, but we're talking about Premier League.
We're talking about Premier League.
And now we're not using prime. The good thing you're saying here is
no
not
prime.
using prime.
The word in your prime, Salah or in your prime. Just
suppose them together. Just suppose them together.
And this, who's the best player?
But when it comes to both of them now, when you put them like that, just suppose them together like this.
The word prime is a scam.
But I think if you look at that, Thierry Henry is the bigger guy. We bring them head to head like
not
this.
until Mo Salah wins the second Premier League, then you can have this conversation.
Has he won the World Cup? Has he been nominated a Ballon d'Or list top 3?
Yeah, individually, what I thought we were talking
Let's talk about their names now. Individually, their names.
No.
Back to back like this.
Thierry Henry. In terms of their names, I think no.
Thierry Henry.
No. I don't think Salah will. Salah is a good, decent player, no doubt. But in terms of record, universal award, what they have achieved, I mean, you never can tell. Salah could win the Ballon d'Or and everything would just Ballon d'Or and everything. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's still playing his game.
No.
He's still playing his game.
I'm not here to see. I know.
I mean, I don't think. Do you think who do you think? I mean, he's a top Ballon d'Or contender this year. Okay. I don't think anybody.
Vinicius is still there.
Vinicius has been off for this year. I don't even think.
There's still time. You know, this it
doesn't still matter. Like he's been off for back-to-back red cards. I mean, he's been really. He's really not kicked off the way people expected him to have. Gone with haven't been denied the Ballon d'Or this year, and then But
he actually done some decent games after that.
Yeah, I don't like.
He has some decent games after that.
They've been poor in the Champions League. They didn't do anything much in the Champions League. In the league, they just started picking. And he's coming back from injury. I don't think he has had a very good year.
Yeah.
As part to be considered to win the Premier League.
Remember, he just started. This is when it starts.
And then he just got a red card. He's been suspended for how many games now?
But at least he has a whole year to prove that. There's still a year for us to actually see the year to come.
Okay, maybe we could say that. But if we are given the Ballon d'Or is given based on what you achieved the season is already running.
It's going to happen at the end of the year.
But they're not going to put. They're going to put. What is it called? Rodri won the Champions. They won the Ballon d'Or. For the record, he has put in last season, because if you're gonna say what he has put in this season, he's been injured all through. We let's just stick with currently who is leading.
Who is leading it? Okay, So Salah, which means this begs the question now that Salah is actually. He's still in his active years, meaning that there's still more to be achieved.
Yeah, more to be achieved. To be comparing him to the legend who has already retired, who has won everything.
Okay, so let's just keep that because it's still ongoing. And Salah, just to actually wrap it up, Salah has one of the most fantastic consistency I've ever seen in my life. He reminds me of then I was saying about Harry Kane was the GOAT in terms of consistency in goals, but Salah has surpassed it. And thinking that we slot in play that Salah is going to have a dim light, he still continues to score. If you watch our previous podcast, ID says here that we are going to have a draw or Man to win, but he's certain two people is going to score in that game, Ahmad and Salah. And guess what? Salah still finds back of the net alongside with Ahmad. So Salah is a constant K when it comes to scoring for Liverpool, and that is you know what it means for you to have a goal ratio higher than Thierry Henry.
It's crazy to be compared to Thierry Henry. I mean,
in terms of goal ratio, so that means someone his goal per game is actually up there. So it's really something you have to really appreciate him for. And Thierry Henry, time to go tell, he has not won the World Cup yet. So let's say he has a mountain to climb.
Yeah, let's see. After all, Ronaldo didn't win the World Cup, by the way. So let's see how it works.
Ronaldo
didn't win the World Cup, and he's considered as one of the all-time greats. So
what did Ronaldo do?
Why is Ronaldo has not won the World Cup?
Why is he in this conversation now? So I'm using him now to justify that Salah can end up not winning the World Cup. That does not mean that he's not one of the best players of all time.
Facts.
Sure.
Ronaldo is just one of the top 10 players of all time. Not like he's the second player. But, I mean, after Messi. Messi is the all-time best player. I mean, if you want us to go into this Ronaldo debate, we can go it on. Ronaldo can just be ranked as maybe number 6 in world time ranking, best player in the world, and he doesn't come second.
Okay.
Just a very fantastic goal scorer, just like Jimmy Carragher has said, but not like...
No, you know what? I don't want
everything.
to... Let me stop him there, because if I leave him now, he's going to go on and on. Ronaldo's
Facts.
story doesn't end. So, he's gonna
Facts are there. Facts are
Man,
there.
start to go chop.
No World Cup.
You had it first that Salah is actually encroaching right now to change what he's been there for a very long time in going head to head with Thierry Henry in the Premier League legendary record, and with only a Premier League title left for Salah to actually make up a very huge gap that is stopping him to in the conversation of who is the best player of all time in the Premier League when it comes to going head to head with Thierry Henry and other players. So time will tell. Salah is still in the game, active years. Also Hazard actually is not in the active years. Thierry Henry is in the active years. You still have more to come. He still started 2 years. He might actually end up like Ronaldo. More goals to come. More things can actually unfold. We are yet to see that.
End up like Messi, you know, he could win the World Cup. He could go with Egypt. Not like people will be like, I'm so biased being a Liverpool fan. But you know, things can happen. You can never say never to football. Ronaldo can still win the World Cup. I think
Definitely.
he said he's still playing.
Is he going to play?
40.
Yeah.
And that's why he's going to be playing from the bench, because I don't think his leg can carry him to play the next World Cup.
Okay.
Yes, a 41-year-old man. What's he going to do in the World
He can do that, but it's not about the
Ronaldo
age.
can't even jump again. Does he still
let
jump?
me ask some. Let me put this up. Do you know that in Manchester United right now, do you know Ronaldo did more work in Manchester United than Rashford is doing?
Yeah, we can't take away the legendary.
Throughout. I mean, in his second comeback, in his second coming, he did more work, more pressing than current Rashford right now.
That's to show you how dead and bad things has gone in Manchester United, in Manchester as a club as a whole. Imagine bringing someone from, you know, retiring, someone going close to retirement and competing with the young ones you guys have.
He said it also.
It's a shame.
It's
It's crazy.
With the young ones. He said with the young ones.
You know, but I don't think he can compete with the ones up already ahead of him anymore. So he just have to compete with the scraps, you know, trying to
but
see.
he's the highest scorer for Arab League last season.
For the Arabian League.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, he's a content creator, isn't he?
All right, so you had it first, right?
You know, what do you know?
On Blaqsport podcast. So before we conclude today, this guy is really cracking me up right now. I will have to stop it, because before he actually
content creators do what content creators do. You know, he has a YouTube channel. He's competing with everything. You know, I don't know. Yeah, you know.
Time will tell. I say time will tell. So before we wrap it up for today, we have a game we need to play. Let him actually poke him to actually say what he needs to say now. So I'm going to ask him some couple of questions now for him to tell me who is his football GOAT. All right? You ready?
Yeah, go.
Okay. So Ronaldo Messi.
I don't support people without World Cup finals goals. You know, yeah. I mean, you know, it's Messi.
Okay.
Messi all day.
Messi Pele.
Messi, of course.
Messi Maradona.
Messi. Oh. Messi is the greatest player of all time. He's the GOAT. He's the greatest player of all time. Without debate, without forcing it, with ease. He's so chilled. He used to be Pele, you know, and Maradona before, you know, he now won the World Cup.
How many World Cups did Pele win?
How many Champions League did Pele have? How many Champions League? How many leagues?
We're talking about the league that everybody competed. The league that they competed
the one you competed in, he's won it.
He won it 3 times.
It's not amount of how many times you've won it. Kovacic has won 3 Champions League. Will you say he's better than Kevin De Bruyne that has 1? That's what I'm saying. The trophies doesn't justify the whole thing. But the most important thing, he has won it. Messi has won it.
Yeah.
Do you know Sabelos? Sabelos. The one he played for Arsenal.
Yeah,
that has 5 Champions League. Nobody's talking about him. He's about to win the most Champions League in the world. I think he has more Champions League, same with Messi and Ronaldo. Yeah. Does it mean that he's
up there?
His name is Sabelos, right?
Yeah,
Sabelos. Yes, played for Arsenal. 5 Champions League, winning from the bench. Same thing with Asensio. Do you understand? That's what saved Hazard. That's why he has Champions League. Winning Champions League
Happy up La Liga 2 from the bench.
No impact. That's what I'm saying. So the fact that you won 3, it doesn't justify that, because of that we should crown you the GOAT. So the GOAT of football, the most impactful footballer of all time. Scored in every final. Scored in, I mean, come on. It's messy. I mean, I think that debate should have not been gone. It's just sentiment and nostalgia that is making
No. We still have his active years. He's doing a whole lot in the Saudi league. He actually ended up close to more than something goals last season.
He's competing with scraps. Just competing.
You can't say.
Have you watched that Saudi league? It's actually a nice league, but
I do. It's quite competitive. You know what I'm saying? It's competitive. But if it's that easy, why hasn't Benzema been up there with so many goals? Why hasn't the likes of Tony been with so many goals up there? So why are all these? Why is it only if you think it's easy? Why is Ronaldo banging the goals? Why all those big names that went there? Why are we not seeing so many goals in there if it's that easy?
Because Ronaldo has the PR. He's a content creator, so he pushes his content very well. If others should push their content,
where was Benzema that Ronaldo have to be the highest goal scorer? When was Benzema? And then the league, where were even what was this other player that was in that team? Okay, that was Neymar's team that won the league, and then Neymar's team. Who was?
Thank God you said he didn't win the league.
Who's their striker?
I don't know. I don't follow that.
What I'm trying to say is, even on their strikers, all those big names that moved up to Saudi League, they are not
big. They are not big. They are once big players who've gone to retirement. Who's gone for retirement?
Okay.
In Saudi
League. Okay.
So do you understand? So they are not like performing by their best. They are just chilled. It's just like Ronaldo likes, struggling with everybody. He's a content creator. He has to put content out. So he keeps, trying to make a point. Like he said, he likes competing with young.
He's a competitor.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what I'm saying. Just to put it back again, which I always repeat every single time. If you're out there and you want to be a successful professional footballer, there is a template, a guide, a day-to-day step guide for you to be a professional footballer, and that is following the path of Cristiano Ronaldo.
No, I think it's for bodybuilders. Cristiano Ronaldo,
Now, tell me, which player would you recommend for someone to follow their path into greatness to become a successful footballer? Now, tell me, in terms of coming to the pitch on time, saying after game, but on diet.
Those are discipline.
I'm telling you, if you want to be a professional footballer, a successful professional footballer, you need to follow a step-to-step guide with Ronaldo's time. Tell me which player you're going to follow right now to give you that up if they will not lead you astray. Name me one player that can beat Ronaldo's way to professionalism to be a successful footballer. How if you know what you say, a step-by-step guide, follow this template, you'll be a successful footballer.
To be a better human being, I think. Just put the word human being.
Now look at it this way. For you to be good with your team, first of all, punctuality. Show up early. Ronaldo is number one in punctuality. Talk about players who step back to work on themselves, training. Ronaldo is number one.
I give you that.
So I'm going to say, if you want to follow, you want to be a good professional footballer, successful one, who do you want to follow to actually take you to that path? Ronaldo is a template.
That's his World Cup then. Let's give it to him. That's his World Cup.
All right, so you had the first year. This is Thierry. I want to call you Thierry Henry.
Yeah, he's my namesake. I can pass Henry. I can pass that.
Right here on Blaqsport podcast. It's been an amazing time. We have a cool debate here between Mo Salah against Eden Hazard against
I even
Thierry
want to add
Henry.
something to that Mo Salah and Eden Hazard. We didn't even mention Mahrez.
No. So Mahrez itself, Mahrez is one of the most. He's the first African to win the Premier League Player of the Year.
I think if you give me Mahrez, give me Hazard. I'll take Mahrez.
Mahrez till today, I still don't know why Mahrez did not come to Arsenal at the point where he was actually moving out. He went to City, yes, but then City gave him a better. Everybody go to City. He won a whole lot in City, and I think it was a better move though. But leaving the Premier League was where. Leaving the Premier League, I didn't see that.
If we take the Premier League out from this conversation, there is nothing that Hazard did that Sanchez didn't do it at Arsenal. If we take the Premier League out of this conversation, there is nothing Sanchez did in Arsenal that Hazard. It's the same thing. What he did in Arsenal is what Sanchez. What Sanchez did in Arsenal is the same thing Hazard did in.
Okay. Yeah.
If we take the Premier League out of the conversation because they won the Premier League,
the Premier League.
It's the same thing. So the comparison of Salah.
Can't leave it out because he did it and was successful. He
won the
that was why.
What I'm saying. In terms of players, if you take away you didn't win let's say
he didn't win the Premier League.
What is the difference between what Sanchez was doing in Arsenal before he went to Manchester United and what Eden Hazard did in Chelsea? You see that there's no difference. So I'm just want to kill this debate of Hazard and Mo Salah. To be even funny, Hazard has already come out to say he's not.
He's not in that level.
He didn't say that. He said it's not.
He's not in that level.
So I don't even know why these arguments. Anytime they want to make it look a bit better, they say use the word prime. That's a scam word, prime. You know, they use that word prime. Start stripping that word off that conversation. Just put the two players there.
Okay, so thank you so much, Henry Uche. It's good to have you here on the studio. I want to thank you also for viewing. Please, what is your own take? What would you say about Eden Hazard and Salah? What is your comparison? Who do you think should be ranked above each other, and also between Thierry Henry and Salah? Let's see your conversation up there, and also follow us on social media platforms on X, on Facebook, and also on Instagram on @Blaqsport. You can also follow us on social media platforms, most especially on our podcast on YouTube, on Amazon Podcast, and also on Apple Podcasts, and also you can also check us out on all different podcast platforms. And please, I beg you, share with your loved ones, keep the conversation going, comment and share, and let's hear your thoughts. We'll see you next time, and don't forget, we drop this every single week. Stay glued with Blaqsport Podcast like we always do. We are all here talking about sports. Let's talk sports. And I'm here signing out with Uche Henry, and I'm on the way like always. Insurance Uche. See you next week. Have a lovely day.
Thank you very much, guys.